Coverage you can count on. This is WNAM TV5 News at 6.
A night of fun quickly turned to panic as a man was killed after gunshots rang out at a local nightclub. Flint police say one person is in custody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jamie Sherrod. TV5's Blake Keller spoke to the owners of the loft as they explained what happened.
It can happen anywhere.
This was the scene just moments after shots erupted at the loft in downtown Flint. Police say one person was killed and another is in custody. It has the loft owner, Rodney Ott, speaking up about the alleged crime.
And I would like to give my prayers out to the family of the victim. I mean, it's a tragedy.
Ott says the loft was jam-packed with bachelorette parties and says he didn't realize something was happening until things started to get rowdy.
And we were working, obviously we were busy, and there was a little bit of commotion that happened up in the front area. And
the loft has been in business for 17 years, and the owners are hoping that this one incident doesn't affect their ability to give the Flint community a good time.
No one incident defines what the loft is or what me and my wife are.
Ott and his wife Jessie are now reflecting and brainstorming ways to step up their security protocol.
Our employees are going to look at that and maybe do some changes, that will make the loft continually be a good and even more safe place for everybody.
As for next steps, Ott will close down the loft this evening.
We're going to be closed this evening, out of respect to the family.
The owners are appreciative to those who've reached out over social media.
I'd just like to thank the whole community that's reached out to Jessie or myself. I mean, it's really heartfelt. It was hard to wake up with that on your conscience, so appreciate that.
In Flint, Blake Keller, WNEM TV5.
Thank you, Blake. If you have any information, you're encouraged to call Crime Stoppers. Well, new details tonight. The case against a man charged with the hit-and-run deaths of two teenage girls moves forward. Jerry TURNBOW Jr. is now bound over to circuit court facing multiple charges, including homicide manslaughter with a motor vehicle and reckless driving causing death. The charges of operating while intoxicated causing death was dismissed. TURNBOW is accused in the August 2017 deaths of Ashariante Clemens and Tatiana Brown. The 13-year-old friends were hit on Saginaw Street. A new court date has not been set. A person in Washington state has died from the coronavirus, marking the first confirmed coronavirus death in the U.S. This as the number of cases in the U.S. approaches 70, with more than 85,000 sick and globally. As Melissa Rainey reports, the White House has announced new travel restrictions because of the virus.
Saturday, health officials in Washington state confirmed the first death in the United States from the coronavirus. The CDC says it may be a case of community spread, not travel related. Fears of a widespread outbreak across the country are growing. Retailers like CVS and Walgreens say they've noticed increased demand for hand sanitizer, cleaning wipes, and face masks. President Trump says he will meet with pharmaceutical companies on Monday to talk about developing a vaccine. He says the administration is prepared.
Tremendous amounts of supplies are already on hand. We have 43 million masks, which is far more than anyone would have assumed we could have had so quickly.
Vice President Mike Pence is heading the White House coronavirus response. Saturday, he announced new travel restrictions for Iran and an advisory for parts of Italy and South Korea.
The president today has authorized the State Department to increase the travel advisory for Americans to level 4. We are urging Americans to not travel to the areas in Italy and the areas in South Korea that are most affected by the coronavirus.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the best way to combat coronavirus is by washing your hands thoroughly with soap and water. I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
Developing news, multiple people are now displaced after a fire tore through a house in Saginaw County this morning. TV5's Ashlyn Hill reports on how the residents and their pets made it out of the home safely.
Very devastating. I think I'm in shock still.
TERRI Magyarsays she's in disbelief about this morning's house fire. The Carrollton residence is split into apartments where multiple people were living. She tells me everyone made it out of the home alive, including their pets.
Between the two households, 4 dogs and 5 cats.
One of the cats almost didn't make it, though, and had to be resuscitated by fire rescue.
One of our firefighters did mouth-to-mouth on the cat and revived the cat. Wow. We were able, with the assistance of Kochville and Zilwaukee, we got it under control. Captain Bill Weaver is with the Carrollton Fire Department. He says the fire stayed mostly contained to the upstairs of the home. Looks like electrical. It was confined to the upstairs, mostly to the attic. He tells me even though everyone made it out okay, one of the first responders did get hurt. We did have one firefighter that sustained minor injuries. He was transported to Covenant and is doing well. Terry says she's just glad no one was seriously injured, but it's going to be tough moving forward.
Any help would be appreciated.
In Saginaw County, Ashland Hill, WNEM TV5.
The Magyar family organized a fundraiser on Facebook for temporary housing, clothing, and pet supplies. You can find the fundraiser in the weekend hot link section of WNEM.com. More local news now. Different styles of martial arts were on display today as competitors from across Michigan hope to qualify for a state tournament. The Buena Vista Community Center holding the 3rd annual Northern Michigan Open Martial Arts Championship. The martial artists compete for points, which are added when successful strikes are landed during the match. Those practicing and competing say martial arts is more than just combat.
Martial arts isn't just a sport, it isn't just a way to stay in shape, it's actually a way of life. It's a good thing to get into, and it's a good way to learn how to control your emotions as well.
This year's event is also a set for the film The Way Out, based on the true story about a martial arts team from Saginaw.
The Way Out, this is a film that we're working on. It's actually fun.
I feel like you gotta catch the scenes, like you gotta catch all the good angles to see what we're doing, and you also have to move around a lot because the competitors are going to be moving. You can't stay in one spot or else you're going to get hit.
Well, the martial artists are competing to qualify for the 2020 state titles this fall. Gamers of all ages competed in a tournament to raise money for the growing esports industry. A $10 entry fee earned you a spot on the bracket in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Double Elimination Tournament. The Midland High Esports Club holding the fundraiser to provide the necessary equipment to compete against other schools. The club coach says gaming is now offering students the chance to pursue higher education.
More and more colleges are developing and having their own esports teams. And these teams are just like football, baseball, basketball, the normal teams. You're getting college coaches that are going out and recruiting kids that play these video games.
The Midland High Club uses Northwood's esports facility, which offers a competitive team and esports business management degree. In Bay City, multiple chefs cooked up their best version of chili for a downtown cook-off. Creative chili recipes were available from the area's finest restaurants. A $10 ticket gave you a chance to judge and test all entries. Each recipe featured their own twist on the classic dish.
Gatsby's had brisket in their chili, so that was quite different. Some of them have jalapenos, so they're all a bit different.
A total of 12 restaurants competed in the cook-off. Well, we'll be right back with a full look at your forecast.